Hello guys, Wizard here bringing you another Total War Warhammer replay with commentary. For today's battle we have the forces of High Elves who are being led by Alitanar, the Shadow King, and we're going against Tomb King who are being led by High Queen Khalida. With both of the armies are kinda interesting. I'll talk about it in a bit. Before this game I was having a discussion with my opponent. He had the inclination that High Elves usually are the favored faction in this matchup, and he had some good points, and that's because when you have bolt throwers, the Tomb King faction usually have a hard time dealing with the front line and with your artillery pieces. But because I've played Dark Elves a lot, and High Elves and Dark Elves kind of have similar units, I have an idea how this matchup goes. And yeah, for sure bolt throwers help a lot, but it's not an auto win. I mean, if you go with the traditional build, yeah, you're gonna have a really hard time. But if you keep that in mind, that your opponent might bring some artillery pieces that have advantage against you, you're gonna think about how to counter that. So because I knew my opponent was thinking I would bring some bolt throwers, I didn't bring any. I wanted to see if High Elves have a chance against Tomb Kings without bolt throwers, but my army is not brain dead. Also it has some really good points and units in it that are good against Tomb Kings, and we're gonna talk about it while we sing the game. So I've talked a lot. Let's just talk about the army. I mean, talked about other stuff. Now let's talk about the armies. I have 4 units of Rangers and 2 units of White Lions of Krace for the front line. Thank you for the comment that told me how to pronounce Krace. I used to pronounce it Trace, and yeah, so 2 White Lions of Krace. I also have War Lions of Krace, 2 of them, and 3 units of Illyrian Reavers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and I also have 2 Flamespire Phoenixes. I don't have any skirmish or range units, and that's because of these guys. The Flamespire Phoenix are so fast that they can actually catch skeleton horse archers. These guys are not as fast as elf skirmish units, so these guys can catch them. Even Illyrian Reavers can do that. But yeah, with Phoenixes and support of War Lions and Illyrian Reavers, you can actually put some pressure on the skirmish units of Tomb King. And with my front line, which includes Rangers who have anti-infantry, and White Lions who are actually good against constructs, we actually have a really favorable front line against Tomb Kings. I also have a Mage of Fire, which is usually an auto-include, really strong against Tomb Kings with just Burning Head and Fireball, Kindle Flame, lower attribute. And for Ushapti killing power, I went with Alitanar. He has a really high range and decent missile strength, which means I'm gonna be able to shoot them while they cannot shoot back. And if they do, it doesn't matter. Alitanar is a single entity model, a small one, and it's gonna be hard for my opponent to shoot it back. So let's see what my opponent has brought for us today. For the front line, we have 2 units of Tomb Guard. I'm seeing 5 units of Skeleton Spearmen, one of them the King Nakesh's Scorpion Legion, Skeleton Spearman Regiment of Renown. We also have a unit of Nehekara Warriors, Chosen of the Gods, Ushapti Great Bow Regiment of Renown, a Tomb Prince. Yeah, let's just talk about the units first. We have 2 Skeleton Horse Archers as well, and hidden units of sepulchral stalkers. I'm getting better at that. Thank you for other subscribers and other people who telling me how to pronounce these hard names. And for heroes and casters, we have Tomb Prince with Curse of Dijaf, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Curse of Jeff. We have Guardian as well, which is really good because there are 2 more characters here, single entity characters. We have a Lich Priest of Life with the Enkhil's Canopy, Birona's Time Warp, and Banishment. For General of the Army, we have High Queen Khalida. I'm not sure what my opponent with this, and also brought Blessing of Asaf because that gives range units, that buffs range unit, but there's a range unit here, so that might buff them enough. But we have My Will Be Done, Venom Wave, Tomb Strike, and Venom Staff. So that was a really long army talk, so let's just start the battle. So as soon as I see these skeleton horse archers, I'm sending my units that I prepared beforehand to deal with them. The phoenixes charging in, Illyrian Reavers are charging in, and with the support of White Lions, we're gonna surround them. But I see these Eyes of the Desert here, and yeah, I'm shooting the Chosen of the God as well with Alithanar, and each 2 shots kill 1 model, so keep that in mind. Even though what's the name of the guy? Marcus Wolfhard has a higher missile strength against large units. He kills each models with 2 shots as well, so that's a good thing that Alithanar doesn't waste a lot of his weapon strength. But overall, even though I know these Eyes of the Desert are really strong, if they can get clear shots at your large units or even infantry, I just charge in and pile in. These guys don't have the highest melee attack, so I'm just gonna use the melee weaknesses in melee of these guys. And yeah, even though they have okay anti-large, which is not that high, 18 isn't that high, I'm just gonna try to kill them. And I brought White Lions as well, and these guys are gonna get chopped to bits if they don't get any help. So Alithanar still shooting, doing a lot of damage here, already bringing down 3 models here. That might be the 4th. Yeah, 4 units down, which is really great. My Illyrian Reavers trying to get into backline. I was trying to go for the caster. I did some decent damage as well, but Khalida with Tomb Prince and some support were able to make them rout, which is okay. I still have a lot of units here. I even brought my White Lions that are gonna be really crucial here. Look at the skeleton horse archers. They can't run away from phoenixes for forever. Now they got caught, and now they're gonna get killed. And a burning head going down, killing a lot of Tomb King's infantry here. Let's see how many kills. 81, which is a complete unit nearly, so that's good. Some missed shots, unfortunately. These guys usually move a bit when one of their models die, so it's understandable that I'm gonna miss some of my shots there with Alithanar. Banishment going down, doing a lot of damage to the White Lions, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to move them away from that spell's AoE, but overall it doesn't matter. These guys can come back. I still have some units that can deal with these annoying units. So what else? Unfortunately, I got my Flamespire Phoenixes stuck in this battle. I'm not sure why. They should have just after killing the skirmish units, they should have just went for the caster here. I'm trying to do that right now, but yeah, it's gonna take a bit more time, but overall they're free. I sandwiched these skeletons, a lot of skeletons here between these 2 ranges, which is really nice. I think we already dealt with the Chosen of the God, which is nice. Now a thing that you should keep in mind is that you should always bring Alithanar close if there are no threats. Let's just see how much skeletons going to die with this burning head. That was a beautiful one. 2 units stuck between 3 units stuck between 2 units and a burning head just going through them. Yeah, as I was saying, Elithanar shoots has a really long range, and as you guys are seeing here, he can arch his arrows a lot, and that usually doesn't hit, because if the unit just sidesteps a bit, it's gonna miss. So just keep in mind, I should have moved Elithanar around here and start shooting units close enough so that Elithanar shoots his arrows straight. It doesn't need these really long arches, but overall it doesn't matter. We got a lot of units pinned down, and we can kill them with my phoenixes. One of them already running away. I was praying for a rebirth here. I'm not sure if we're gonna get it or not, but yeah, fireballs going into the caster, killing it off. I think it just got disintegrated because he took a lot of damage from fireballs and the phoenixes. But the only units remaining which are threats, they're not threat anymore, because I still have a lot of infantry and can just grind them down. Solely are these 2 characters, Khalida and Tomb Prince, but I'm just gonna hold them in place with my Illyrian Reavers and White Lions with their armor piercing, and Flamespire Phoenixes also have flaming attack and armor piercing, are gonna deal with this guys. These guys all have weakness to fire damage as well, so that's a bonus. So I think that's it for this battle. My opponent's army disintegrated to less characters, and yeah, I just wanted to see if the bolters are really needed, are they really crucial. They're gonna help a lot, but if your opponent is expecting them, as I said, I've played Dark Elf versus Tomb Kings matchup a lot, and there are a lot of cav units that can cause a lot of problems for your backline, especially if you bring a front line that can beat these guys. Yeah, it's gonna be a bad day for the High Elf or Dark Elf player. So yeah, let's see how our units did. 4,000 damage dealt on Elithanar. He wasn't in melee, so I still could have fought more. I think I still had some arrow left as well, so I could have shot some more units. Fire Mage, nearly 2k damage value, insane. The infantry did fine, one of them paying for themselves, the others not so much. I mean, my opponent was kind of ready for the infantry fight, the banishment, killed one of the White Lions, and yeah, there were some units that could have done well as well. So Illyrian Reavers, 2 of them paying for themselves, which is nice. The other one, I'm not sure what happened. They're probably fighting some anti-large units. White Lions, even though they didn't pay for themselves, it's fine. I mean, you could cut these 2 and cut some of these Illyrian Reavers and bring Silver Helms. Those guys are good as well, but I wanted the armor piercing, and I wanted the number. I wanted to win a number game when fighting constructs that have anti-large. That's why I brought these guys. Flamespire Phoenixes are also really good in this matchup. They could use their fire droplets on top of the skeletons in Tomb King army and do a lot of damage as well. And they're really good at sniping characters because they have fire damage, they do magic damage, so they bypass physical resistance that Tomb Kings get because of the spell that they have that gives 40% physical resistance. That's really good as well. And as I said, really hard to snipe even for Ushabti if you just move them a bit. So let's see how our opponent did. Tomb Prince and Khalida did okay. One of the infantries did fine. Tomb Kings, nothing great. Chosen of the God got shot down, but these Eyes of the Desert, sepulchral stalkers also did fine as well. So yeah, that's it for this battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you guys consider leaving a like and subscribing. It would really help me and my channel grow. I upload videos daily, so stay tuned for that as well. I also have a Discord server if you guys want to chat, hang out, participate in the later events, send me builds to try out, send me replays to cast. Yeah, you can find the link in the description of this video. So thank you all for your support, and yeah, that's it. Catch you all later. Bye.